Hi all. Now we're going to have a quick look at the Dinky number 104 Spectrum Pursuit vehicle, which is probably the one you all heard of and you're probably most familiar of, those who know of Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, the wonderful Gerry and Sylvia Anderson puppet show from way back in 1968, believe it or not. So this was the second of the Dinky vehicles from the program, the first being Spectrum Patrol car, then this one, the SPV, followed by the maximum security vehicle. So let's have a quick look. This was produced first in 1968, and it was produced until 1976, I believe. So it slightly outlasted the other two. Probably it was a more popular vehicle. I think it was actually one of Dinky's most popular toys of all time, in fact. So it had lots and lots of features. So this is a reproduction of the box it came in. It's not particularly good reproduction, I'm afraid. It's sort of faded over the years, but you get the idea anyway. So it would have come on a sort of plinth like this inside this box, like that. It's not really quite accurate because the one that you're looking at, the vehicle, is a bit later than these plinth boxes. It's came in a bubble box and it's actually the one that I had as a kid. So it's a little bit later, but I just put it on here just to show you what it would look like once it was sat in the box. There we have this rather wonderful painting of a SPV firing a rocket and being very, very dramatic above it, which is fantastic. And of course that would have folded up like that, and then he would have inserted it into the actual box itself, which is there. You get the idea. I wouldn't do it, but you get the idea. So here it is. Whoops, jumped ahead there, spoilers. Now, okay, so SPV was a very armoured sort of all-purpose vehicle, really, that Spectrum used. It was featured in an awful lot of episodes, most of them, I believe, here and there. And it became like almost like a flagship vehicle of the series, like Thunderbird 2 became for Thunderbirds. So this is the one that everybody knew and loved. And it's quite interesting. As I'm sure you all know, the driver was supposed to face backwards in this vehicle, and that was actually replicated. So a quick look around it first of all before I show you the features. This is a later version. The one that I had as a kid, of course, around about 1975. It's one of the last ones that came out, hence the cruder Spectrum badge on there. The early ones had a more detailed one. And there's some Caterpillar tracks at the back. Very nice, decent and heavy vehicle, that's this one. So what did it actually do? Well, if we press down the top, bingo, that pops out. And there we can see, here he is. Oh, you can make him out. There's the indestructible captain himself. So it's probably not, not to focus, will it? It's not that destructible because he's made of plastic, but nonetheless. In the earlier versions, his chair would actually drop down, it'd actually fold out, and he'd go down to that ground level. But this is a later one, and unfortunately my one didn't do that. I vaguely remember actually, when I was very, very young, seeing a sticker on the box that I peeled off, and it said that the Scarlet would drop down, but obviously he doesn't do it in this version, so they covered it up with a sticker. But I do remember the box having that sort of thing got overmarked with a sticker to blank it out. So yeah, there he is. So I'll just do that again. So you press down here. Enough to give anybody concussion, even an indestructible man at that speed. So there we are. Of course, we have the aerials. You pull up like that. Oh, I was giving that away. Oh, flipping doors come off. You know, it's been doing this for how many years now? Since I was a kid. Well, that's completely ruined that bit. Nonetheless, doesn't really matter. Yeah, there it is. So in the program, the vehicle had like a cannon that came out the front. It didn't have a rocket like this. Oh, I've dropped it in there now. This is what happens when you don't rehearse these things and you just do it. Oh. Ah. This was going so well, wasn't it? Yeah, well, okay. Come on, to connect, will you? Oh, it won't connect, not to worry. I will later on. As soon as I've done the video off, it'll connect. That's what normally happens with these things. So, yeah. So, anyway, after this messing about, what would happen is that you're... Well made, these toys, weren't they? The door will be down like that. You then press the front, and then the door, if I connect it properly, it would have sprung up. Press it again, and then boom, the rocket would then fire out the front, which for some reason I seem to be totally unable to demonstrate today. So as soon as I turn this video off, it'll work perfectly, because that's what happens in the world, isn't it? Oh, anyway, look, you get the idea. You get the idea. And that's activated by here, the wheels. There like that. You press them down, and it does that. Also at the back, you've got these caterpillar tracks. I never really saw. I don't think you use these in the program. I think they were supposed to be for increasing traction whilst going uphill. Seems rather strange to me, but nonetheless, it's quite cool. But they could drop down like that. So there you go. And there's your classic rocket, which is a standard sort of rocket using all sorts of things, from Fab 1 to the Shadow Mobile and lots of other things in between. I think mine had a red. I think this is one of the original ones I think I actually had as a kid, so I may as well still got it. I think the one had a black tip or a red tip, if I remember rightly, something like that. So yeah, there's the SPV. It's very nice. Later on came in boxes, well, like my one did. This one here in these bubble boxes like this. Let's get him out of the way. There you go. Do not point missile at people. Though in my case it doesn't seem to work anyway. So features. So you drop down tracks. Press it out, the missile fire out the front. And then there's Scarlet, red top missile. And it also came with some instructions as well. Like this, Dinky Toys number 104. There you go. So yeah, so there it is. It's a nice, it's very nice. It's good shape. It resembles very much the one on the TV program. Very, very heavy. And compliments their 3 vehicles were actually really well done, I think, at the time. There are a few minor variations over the time. The last ones had a black bumper at the front instead of the white one, which is much more screen accurate. The wheels got changed again, I think, a few times. There were spun wheels originally. These are later ones with bolts on them. So, but nonetheless. So there we go. So there is the SPV, although I have failed to show you the rocket firing, but not to worry, I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube out there that will show you that. All right, thanks for watching. Sorry it's gone on a little bit long. Bye-bye.